Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank. The patriotic bald eagle here. Tonight we are drinking Kroger 100% Colombian coffee. It's pretty good. If you have to pause on this video to get your coffee together, whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. We're talking about grocery prices going up, food shortages coming in 2024, and some that are already here now. Number one on the list that we're going to be talking about here right this second is eggs. I'm getting a lot of comments on eggs lately. Now, some of our viewers have said they have found some great deals on eggs. Somebody said they found eggs at their Aldi for 99 cents a carton. It's not that at our Aldi. It's $1.52 and rising. We're seeing egg prices go up. Not like they did back in April. Okay, so it's not at that $5 for a carton range yet, but all signs are pointing to it heading that direction. So, you may want to stock up on some extra, especially around the holidays here. If you plan on doing any baking that involves eggs, I would try and find the best deal possible. That is what we do here on the channel, is try to find you the best deals out there. Make sure you're always paying attention to our viewers in the comments, as they leave very valuable information on areas all around the world. And chances are you'll probably find someone near your neck of the woods to help you find good prices as well. Bread is at the top of the list again. I don't know what's going on with bread other than maybe ingredients. Now, we've seen a couple local brands that have been less and less, stores just not carrying much anymore. We're seeing our stores condense aisles to the point to where it's like, are they getting rid of this? One of them being butternut. Now, we see butternut bread, which is a Cincinnati bread, so you may not see that in your stores. But let us know down in the comments if some of your local supermarkets are carrying less and less of some different name brand breads that maybe you're close to. We're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing Sunbeam. Sunbeam has been a lot lower. Prices are going up on them, which is usually an indication that there's a shortage. Some people have been saying prices have been going up more on sugar. That probably has a lot to do with the shortage as well. There's still a continued shortage on sugar and salt. Salt is becoming an issue again, at least around here. I've been seeing less and less pretty much everywhere we go. I will say, and I didn't put it in the video the other day, but they did have a lot of the Kroger salt back in. Not much of as far as Morton's goes, but they had a lot of the Kroger salt. If you remember when I went to Walmart the other day, we were looking at some of the shortages that they had. They had one thing of Morton's salt. No grade value, no other salt. That was it. They had one canister of Morton salt. So it's something we definitely have to pay attention to. Over-the-counter medicines are becoming more and more of an issue. Now, I know we've talked about this a lot, but we need to make sure that we get new viewers every day. So we want to make sure that we're keeping everybody in the know about all of this stuff. Now, one thing I will say about some of the over-the-counter medicines from our viewers, it seems like it's in the northern states and Canada. Canada seems to have a real issue with over-the-counter medicines like ibuprofen. Tylenol is the big one. Children's medicines are virtually non-existent in Canada, at least from what some of our viewers have said. Now, I look out for these items. If you're new on the channel, make sure you check out our grocery store videos as well, as we go to different grocery stores every day or every other day to check to see what's going on, what's coming in, and maybe give you some online options, to be able to help. Because Kroger, they are carrying a lot of these items, and they're offering this boost program pretty much throughout the entire United States. And if I lived in Canada, I would definitely see if there are ways that I could order from Kroger to maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure, but maybe you can order some things from Canada to get that, make sure you're getting those medicines. Cold medicines are a big issue as well. Now, as to where they're lower around here than I wouldn't say normal, because they're low all the time, pretty much everywhere we go. Now, I did go to Dollar Tree and they had some of their cold and sinus medicines and stuff like that, but they were out of ibuprofen and acetaminophen. So I don't know. The more and more these prices continue to go up at the grocery stores, the more and more we're going to be seeing items like this missing at some of our more value stores. I still say value every now and then, but really when you do the math, the amount that you get at Dollar Tree it usually doesn't equal out to the amount that you get pretty much anywhere else, right? It's like you're going to pay $1.25 for 40 capsules as to where you can pay $2 for 200 capsules. So I mean, I guess in a way, you're spending 75 more cents, okay? And you're getting 160 more on average, okay? Like most places like Kroger, Walmart might be a little cheaper if you can find it. The Equate brand has been low or out in some stores across the country as well, so we need to pay attention to that. Now, we do our best to make sure that we are keeping up on all of these items as we go along. I don't go over them all the time. I won't talk about it in all the different store videos we go to. I kind of just point these things out. Also, if you're new to the channel, keep in mind that we do have a lot of requests every day to check things out. So if I haven't gotten to you, I will eventually. I'm to the point now where I'm trying to take little notes. I used to keep all this in my head. I have a bit of an eidetic memory, so I can remember a lot of things. But the more and more our channel grows, the harder and harder it is for me to physically be able to show everything in a video. I try to keep the videos at 30 minutes or less. That's just how I have to do it. You start putting videos out here that are more than that, it becomes a nightmare to edit. Most of my store videos, when we go to the store and do our shopping videos, it's at least an hour to an hour and a half of stuff that I have to edit down to 30 minutes. So it takes me a long time already. To add anything else more to that would be impossible. It would basically be a half hour of valuable information and then an hour of bloopers, which I may do someday. But sugar doesn't seem to be an issue around here right now, but we are continuing to get comments on bigger packs of sugar that have been missing, like 10 pounds, 20 pounds. I saw at Walmart where their 25-pound bags have come back in. Haven't seen those in a month or more. Actually, probably a couple months. They've been gone for a long time. Sam's Club has been less and less. A couple people have left comments. Someone sent me an email of a Sam's Club aisle where there was no sugar. No sugar. All they had was that Blue Diamond almond flour that sits right next to it. It's, with the shortages going on, with the price increases going on, there's a lot of things that stores are changing now. I left a question for people about the digital stickers, the digital sales stickers at Aldi. Surprisingly, we had a lot of viewers where Aldi, I guess, still hasn't changed that. If you'll notice, they're hard to notice. When I first looked at them, I was like, that just looks like a regular tag, like they just changed the tag. It looks like it's made to where a sticker slides into the little slot. It's actually digital. It's digital. I know it doesn't look like it, but if you shine like a light on it, you can tell it has like the little lines in it and everything. It's digital, but they did a good job of hiding that, making you think that it's an actual sales sticker. And I don't know, maybe that's just the way they did it. I do like the way the Aldi Saver deals are brought up on that, though, because they're all in red, and the regular stickers are too. I just think it's easier to just point out as you go along in a store. You can see one shining from all the way down the aisle, which is pretty nice. But yes, our Aldi has gone all digital as far as the stickers go. I don't know. Somebody asked a question if all Aldi were cashless. I don't really know what you meant by that, other than if you don't, I know that you can't pay cash in the self-checkouts, at least at ours. I think I might have mentioned this in another video, but you may be a new viewer, and we're getting new viewers every day. Thank you all so much for that and being part of the adventure. Also, if you're leaving information of different shortages that you're having in some of your stores or some crazy price increases that you've just noticed, make sure you abbreviate the state you're in. Like, say, if you're in Ohio, just put OH or Kentucky, KY, something to where we know. You don't have to put your city. You can if you want, which actually helps a lot more because you're helping someone else on the channel that says, oh, well, maybe I won't go to Walmart here down the street from my new friend here on YouTube because you're not, maybe that what you're looking for isn't, that's too much money. Like if you're looking for a can of Swanson chicken breast, the 12.5-ounce cans, I can tell you right now, at least for Cincinnati, Ohio, don't buy them at Kroger. $5.99 a can. $5.99 a can. It's still bothers me to even just say that. It's hard to even get that out. Where everywhere else, they're like $4 or less. Or less. And sometimes, most of the time, you find a good sale. And honestly, get Brookdale from Aldi. They're $2.95 right now. Still on an Aldi Saver deal. Even at $3.19, they're still better. They taste, to me, they taste exactly like Swanson. I don't taste any difference at all, but I feel better about it because of the price. Take a little sip of our coffee here. So they have the small bags of coffee on sale at Kroger. So if you're wanting to try something new, they're a little less than what they are. They have the big cans of them, but I recommend getting the small bag if you've never tried it before, because you're getting, you're paying less money. Like, say if you want to try the Donut Shop blend, which is really good. But if you want to try the Kroger Colombian, it's like $4 right now for the small bag, or you can pay $8. It's $7.99 on sale, down from $8.99 for the big can. Bigger. The Colombian's actually a little smaller than the other cans. They take some out of it, I guess, for the premium price, I guess. But it's really good coffee. If you like Colombian coffee, 100% Colombian is the way to go. That is the kind my aunt and uncle always drink. Always nice going over there and having a cup. And I gotta say, it's for Colombian coffee, it's smooth. It's not like punch in your face Colombian like Folgers, which I do like Folgers, don't get me wrong. I love strong coffee. Folgers Colombian is really strong. But that is some good stuff. Anything that helps me get through these coffee rants. Guys, I'll tell you what. We are expecting, and you guys should know this by now. We've been covering this stuff for the last few years, but we know that prices are going to be going up after the first of the year. With everything going on with the ships not being able to get through the Panama Canal, we have ships that can't get through the Suez Canal because they're worried about getting fired on, which I'd be worried too. But and with the Panama Canal having to go all the way around the continent, I mean, it's just ridiculous, guys. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And this is going to cause more inflation, more prices at your grocery stores, and more headache for the people that are involved working with these ships and everything else. All the dock workers, all the people that are involved, all the truckers that are going to have to wait for their loads to come off the shipments, all the trains that are going to have to reroute and delay and all this stuff so that they can make sure they're there when the ships actually arrive. This is going to cause a lot more heartache for everyone, which is going to cause more heartache, and it's going to all be passed down to the consumer. You better believe it. It has for the last few years. I've been given no reason to think anything different. Prices are going to continue to rise. More comments on pasta. I know a lot of these are the things that we're always talking about, but we're getting more viewers talking about them, and it's because just pointing out that it is becoming more of an issue than we would like to admit. So we have Great Value. Okay. So Walmart, I don't know what's going on, but Great Value pasta has kind of been flying off the shelf. Somebody had mentioned, I'll have to check, okay? I don't know, but did Great Value pasta shrink? Someone left a comment the other day, and I'm not sure. I'll have to check next time we go to Walmart. But did the pasta spaghetti shrink to 12 ounces? I don't know. Somebody left a comment on that, and they said they had plenty of the spaghetti, but it had shrunk down to 12 ounces. So if that's the case, if they're shrinkflating the product, that could be why it's not coming in like it's supposed to. Now, I will say the last time we were at Walmart, it always looks short. They're not getting in much. Neither is Meijer. Kroger seemed like they had an okay amount. They're also charging a lot for it too, though, for store brand. You can get cremette for like a few cents more than what you're paying for Kroger pasta. I would pick cremette. Okay. Now, somebody also asked about the shortage of pasta at Sam's Club. Their pasta, the 6-pack, that is $5.48. I've mentioned this before. It had just started coming back in at our Sam's Club like a month and a half ago. Now, we bought up some. Now, people know this. People that shop at these big, like Sam's Club, Costco, anywhere that you buy in bulk like this, people know this stuff. I know it. They know it. If you shop at Sam's Club, chances are you know that pasta's been gone for a while, right? So when you go back and you see it, you're stocking up on it. Because one, that spaghetti is awesome. It is delicious and it is cheap. It is still cheap. Still $5.48. I mean, that's cheap. We bought up a bunch of them. I mean, it was like, it may disappear again. And we want to make sure that we got enough spaghetti because, we use a lot of pasta in a lot of our different dishes. Jessica made spaghetti and meatballs last night, and I'll tell you what, that was amazing. Oh, her meatballs, I don't know. She puts a lot of love into her cooking, and I'll tell you what, that spaghetti and meatballs is one of my favorite meals. The hamburger that we had frozen, it was actually, because we write where we got it from and the dates and on it. This was dated for Meijer, and we always make sure we're rotating our different meats and products like that. The meat we used was from Meijer, and I still have to say, and this is like months later, Meijer hamburger, Meijer meat, the quality is unmatched. I love Meijer hamburger. Those meatballs were phenomenal. Sam's Club and Costco, it's good. It's good, but I get the 80-20 at Meijer, and I feel like that little bit extra fat really does kind of juice them meatballs up. And you lose a little bit. The meatballs be a little bit smaller because you're burning off a lot of the fat and everything. She kind of like browns them up and cooks them real nice and then lets them simmer in the sauce for like an hour. I mean, it is fantastic. Fantastic. But, Sam's Club, we do have issues at Sam's Club from time to time. More issues than what we see at Costco. Now, I will say that a lot of their Members Mark coffee, we got some comments on this, so I wanted to bring this up. A lot of the Members Mark coffee has been selling out. There's been a lot where it's been low or out in some of your Sam's Clubs across the country here. I've never seen it completely out. I will say that the Colombian Supremo seems to sell very well. Also, the Donut Shop coffee by Members Mark sells out. They only had a few bags of each the last time I was there, and that could have been gone by the end of the night, and there was none up in the rafters. So, take that for what you will. But coffee prices are going up, guys, and people are paying attention. Again, I feel like more people pay attention that are shopping at some of these big box stores because you're going to these stores to buy in bulk to save money in the future. I feel like I don't want to say that the math, that people are better at math, but I do, we do have to kind of think about it for a second. Like, if you're shopping and you're spending all this kind of money at Sam's Club or Costco, you wouldn't do that just to blow money, just to spend money. You do the math and realize, okay, over time here, I'm saving $5 here, $10 here, $20 here, even if it's just $1. You add that up, and then, if you're like me, you add, like, I remember when we first got our membership at Sam's Club. I was always a little iffy about it myself. But I started doing the math on everything, and very quickly, we had our membership paid off the first day. And then some. Now, mind you, it was food that has carried us over for like a month, right? So you do have to spend a little bit to save that kind of money, but it all worked out. And eventually you're going to eat it, eventually you're going to use it, and then it works out. I understand everybody can't do that. Like we always say, that's just why we cover everything. We cover people who can afford to buy in bulk. We cover people on a tight budget, and we cover things to where, if you're living day to day, this is maybe the best way I know how to do it. I've been there. I have. And I know I've said this in videos before, but it's, you struggle when you're younger. There's no doubt. When I was out on my own, when I was younger, it was like ramen noodles and chicken. I mean, it was like everything I could just throw together. Always tried to eat healthy. I probably ate a lot more vegetables and fruits back then than I do now. And that's probably because a lot of these different recalls that are going on some of our fruits and vegetables are pretty scary in some ways. People keep talking about cantaloupe. Somebody left a comment on cantaloupe the other day. I wasn't going to include that in the food shortage list because there's been a huge recall on cantaloupe. So if you're not seeing cantaloupe, that is probably why. I am staying away from cantaloupe for a little while because, yeah, that huge recall with the salmonella, and it doesn't seem like, we have some facts and we have like, well, here we are weeks later and there's still issues and hospitalizations and people who have passed away from it, right? I think, I don't know what the numbers are now. We're not even going to go with the numbers. When I went over this a little over a week ago, it was like 8 deaths. 8 people had passed from the salmonella from cantaloupe. Guys, we got to watch what's going on. We got to watch what we're doing. All kinds of recalls right now. We got to be careful what we eat. If you can, do some cooking. Do some cooking. Do some things differently, And I understand, as I say that, I know everybody can't do that. But we just have to be careful then. We got to make sure that what we're getting, always check online, maybe different websites, FDA website, check in on the Dano channel that tries to keep you in the know of all of this stuff. Let's not forget the Harold's potato salad that seems to be growing with the listeria. Is it? No. I don't know. A bunch of Harold's from Cleveland, Harold's potato salad, different kinds of salads were recalled. And it's with an E, Herolds. So if you're from northern Ohio and you eat the Harold's potato salad and different salads, there was a bunch of them on the list. I couldn't go over them all. Check the FDA's website because it has been recalled. The oatmeal, the granola bars, that is a huge problem. That is a huge list. It looks like it's one of those that is bumped up expiration dates to just like like yesterday. Okay, so these came out a while back, right? And we're just now finding out about it. Just now finding about salmonella in granola bars. And some of the cereal, the granola cereal. So, again, I just tell you to check out the FDA's website. They have all the different numbers, recall numbers, best buy dates, and all that stuff. So, anything that you're seeing on the channel that we have not relayed any of the different dates that are going on with some of these products, make sure you check the FDA's website because they do. It's not really one to where they're going to give like a description of all these different things, but they give you the numbers, and that's really what you have to know. They'll give you a number to call, right? To where you can call, the company and hopefully get your money back. We do what we can these days. But I'll tell you what, guys, we just need to pay attention to these things. We got to make sure we're prepared. If you can afford, if your budget allows you to stock up on some of these sale items as we go through them, do so. Because these prices are going to only keep going up. It's going to only keep going up. After doing this for the last few years, every day I can tell you I don't see prices coming down on groceries, and there are events coming that may make these matters worse. I just saw gas prices go up overnight. It was $2.69 a gallon here. $2.69 a gallon. I was like happy with it. I didn't even want to talk about it like, shh, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I saw people talking about it on the channel. I wasn't going to say nothing. Like, you know what? Let's just not say nothing. Don't want to jinx that. And I just saw it go up to $2.99 overnight. It's gone up 30 cents overnight. So, I don't know. Just like some of our viewers say, keep your head on a swivel. You really do. Got to pay attention. Got to be looking both ways. Make sure that you're stocking up on the things that you need. Okay? Don't buy a bunch of stuff that you're never going to eat in the future. If you find good deals on something, well, that's good. But at the same time, if you never eat it and it's never used, then it's a complete waste. So, whether it's on sale or not, some of these things could skyrocket. Back to the snacks thing for a second. When's the last time you've seen those things go down in price? Or are they shrinkflating? We saw Nature Valley bars where they still have the same big size box, but the bars are that big now. So they're shrinkflating and making you think that they're still the same size. Now you can't fool us. You took my money and I, didn't notice that they had shrinkflated. How could I? The box, the box is still this big. There's been a lot of products that have shrunk in size lately, and they are still getting you for the same amount of money. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I thought maybe I had something else there. I don't know. Just pay attention, guys. Anything, let me know down in the comments. Let our viewers know anything that you are seeing, any heavy price increases, any more shortages that we are seeing in the stores. Let us know down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.